our vision at Event Hawk, the reason Event Hawk exists today, I got about 30 team members at Event Hawk, Lionel being one of them. Every day we come to work and we verbalize our vision statement every day. And it's the reason we exist, the reason everybody comes to work, and that is to help bounce house business owners just like you do what they love full time within months instead of years. That's literally the only reason we exist.
What's going on, bosses, capos, made men, made women, soldiers? Welcome back to Party Rental Mafia. If it's your first time to the channel, my name is Christian. I drop weekly videos giving you tips, tricks, how-tos, strategies. We do interviews that's going to help you in your party rental industry. Today, we got another interview today. Tariq from Event Hawk. It's long overdue, but we finally made it happen, guys. We got on a call, I think, sometime last week. I didn't give him the full rundown of what I was looking for, so we had to reschedule yet again, but we made it happen. He's here today. He has his own bounce house party rental industry. As you can see, he's at his warehouse, and it's Monday, so they got Monday things going on. He's also the owner of Event Hawk, right? And I think we kind of met online first, probably through Katie, starting out getting a setup with Event Hawk, and then we were able to meet a few years ago at IAPA, and then I met you down there this year as well. And then we came to the party you guys threw, so it was a nice party. Man, there were so many of like the plaques and like from the music, like all the different bands and stuff that come through there. Man, it was pretty sick. So that was a sick location to host an event for.
Thank you, man. And thank you for having me.
Yeah, absolutely. But yeah, man. So just dive in, tell us a little bit about yourself, how you got started in the party rental industry, and how you kind of led into that transition into the Event Hall.
Yeah, man. Honestly, nothing too special about. It's funny. The more I've talked to so many people in that started bounce house business, and a lot of us have the same story. It's crazy. So we rented a bounce house. It sucked. It was dirty. They were late. And then my wife and I looked at each other while we were cleaning it for our guests, like, man, we could do this better, right? And I thought it was a special story because our people out here love it, like our customers. But then I talked to so many other people, like, yeah, that's my story too. I'm like, oh, okay, cool. So yeah, so it's nothing special there. I actually went to school for radiology. So I did your x-rays, CAT scans, that kind of stuff. I taught at a community college. My career was going great, but just like a lot of you guys, right? I just had a dream. I want to be my own boss, right? To be your own boss. It's not as easy as it sounds. But yeah, I mean, I started a lot of businesses and most of them failed because I didn't really understand stuff. I thought, hey, if you build something great, everybody's going to come running. But I didn't know the first thing about marketing. So most of my businesses failed. But then the bounce house business, as you know, if you're watching this, you could make money quick, right? Like you get that ROI quick. So we made money, but for me, that was more of a curse. I'm out in Chicago, and it's like usually when you start a business, if it fails, you quit. But with the bounce house business, um, it wasn't failing, so I couldn't quit. But it also wasn't making enough money, so I couldn't quit my day job. So I was working two jobs, teaching at the college, working at the hospital, running my business. I didn't see my kids literally for years, and it was like awkward, right? Like I can't.
Yep.
It's too big to quit, but it's too small to. I'm sorry. It's too yeah. It's too big to quit, but too small to quit my other job. So that's pretty much the story behind the bounce house business. Now, my wife, she was like, "Listen, man, this went on for years, guy.
Yeah.
If you know what this is like, man, my kids were growing up. I wasn't seeing every summer. I was like, hey guys, daddy needs one more summer. Daddy's gonna just bust his butt. No vacations, no weekends, one more summer. And we're gonna blow up this year. And that didn't happen for 1 year, 2 years, three. My wife is like, listen, man, you just need to Uber with your free time. Quit with this dream business of yours. And
Yeah.
I was like, you know what, man, you're not wrong, but let me give this one last shot. Because up until then, I was just doing what I think is gonna work, right? So I was like, let me try to learn. And I don't like to read, guys. I don't like to read books or any of that. But I did. I spent some time reading. I took some courses. I spent all my time and money learning. And something crazy happened. Within 4 months, we tripled our revenue. And my wife again asked me to quit. But this time I'll never forget. I was in my scrubs, pulling out of the driveway, phones blowing up, text blowing up. And she sent me a text. She's like, check your phone. And I'm looking, and she's like, put in your 2 weeks today. I can't do this alone anymore. And I was
Yeah.
like, you sure? I'm gonna screenshot this because if we fail, it's on you.
That's all you.
And that was the best day. I mean, it was great. And ever since then, man, things really took off. Really, I learned a 3-step process that it just learned, literally comes down to 3 things. I learned a lot of things that didn't work, but I hired a lot of people that didn't know what they were doing. You really need to work with somebody who knows your industry. I hired really great marketers who did really well for other people, but I got calls for house rentals instead of bounce house rentals. And it's like I was paying too
Yeah.
much money for that, you know. So yeah, I think if you really take the time to understand and learn marketing, you go really far. And a lot of us don't have the time to do that or tech skills, but fortunately, that's something that I worked for me, and then it just worked really well for me. And then I started sharing on Facebook. If you guys see me on Facebook, we have the
Yep.
group. And I was just doing it for free. And then people were like, hey, can I pay you to do this? I'm like, nah, man, I got my own business. My wife's going to kill
Yeah.
me if I take on another thing. But every day I had more and more messages in my inbox like, Tariq, can I pay you? Can I hire you? And eventually I told my wife, I'm like, listen, I think I really like this. Like, I think I want to do this professionally. So we did. And now it's
Yeah.
been, that was 3 years
So
ago now.
a lot that you had to learn from hiring, I guess you said like some of the wrong people
Mhm.
that didn't know really your industry because you were getting house instead of bounce house. You had to just take it upon yourself to kind of just to learn these strategies and these tools that made your business grow and learn. And then, like you said, posting is key. Um, it will take you down ventures you didn't even know about just from posting. You know, people will ask for, hey, do you do this? Do you do that? And so it's cool to hear that that's kind of how the Event Hawk started, was from, you know, like you just went from having a bounce house at a party of your own to then owning a business to be like, yeah, I can do this. And then it translates into something else that um that you're like truly passionate about, and that helps. So that's
Dang,
cool. That's
when you
really
put it like
awesome.
that, it's like, man, what's gonna happen next? But
Yeah,
that's
I know, right?
life of an entrepreneur, right? We're always
Yeah.
always thinking of the next thing. Yeah, you're
But
right.
you know, something I always like to say is like I've heard somebody say success leaves clues. And like you said, you've been posting, you've been posting, you've been posting. And I I try to emphasize that because I mean, just if you're not putting yourself out there, then nobody's gonna put themselves out there like you do,
Hmm.
you know? And so when you're doing it and you can just build that traction, it's kind of cool. And I mean, it relates as far as being like an owner operator in the bounce house industry, and seeing what works for you. Like there's various different channels of posting. I like with the Event Hawk how we can just simply, I can post to Facebook, Instagram, all easy in there. I can schedule it. I can upload my video, my pictures. If I want to reuse them, they're saved in there, which is cool, you know? So I always tell people, don't underestimate the power of just simply posting, right? Like, and that's like an organic strategy, right? You know, if you have your phone and you're posting content, you don't even have to pay for that, you know. That's, and so people should definitely be doing that, but there's also, you know, paid channels as far as well with the bounce houses and just marketing it all. So can you tell us a little bit about Event Hawk, and we dive into Event Hawk?
Yeah. So, man, posting, you're right. The problem with posting, Christian, is that you have to chase people. You have to constantly post. And if you don't post in a while, it goes down. Obviously, some people hit you up from old posts, but you got to keep doing the work. You got to keep chasing people. You got to reply to comments. And that's a good place to start. I call that level 0. I call that's where everybody should start because it's free. If you're not willing to do that, then you know you're not. You got to put in that work, right? But the next level is, what if there was something you could do where even though you're brand new, even though you don't have a big budget, even though you know you're still small, people could come running to you. People come knocking on your door, so you don't have to chase them, right? You could be in
Yeah.
10 different places at once, and that's what paid marketing is, right? And that's what I leverage. Number one, you know, there's so many different ways to do this. If people use Yelp, Facebook, Google, my number one method, what's worked best for me is Google Ads. That's worked really well as far as marketing. And I mentioned earlier the three things that work. That's really what Event Hawk unlocked for me, and that's what I teach. It's our philosophy. It's our way. It's number one is W. Number two is T. WT. What's number three? F. WTF. That's it. That's what I tell people. WTF. If you can remember WTF, you will be successful in the bounce house business. You'll be successful really in any business. I didn't know about WTF. I didn't, I coined it, but I didn't understand it. And that's why a lot of my other businesses failed. But it's three things: website, that's W, you need a website. T is traffic, and F is funnels. And it sounds simple, it sounds silly. Yeah, sure, I got a website. Obviously, not all websites are created equal. Traffic, there's a big difference between marketing and traffic. I did a video about that. Difference between marketing. You could wrap your truck, that's marketing, but that's not necessarily going to drive traffic to your business, right? It will drive some, but
Yeah.
marketing methods work better. And the
It
number one,
looks good.
it looks good. It feels good, right?
Yeah.
Somebody told me, Lionel,
Looks good when you pull up at a
it looks great.
at a rental and you're dropping it off. But
Bro,
to drive
I
more
use
traffic to your
Penske, man.
business.
I use Penske trucks. Listen, man. I gotta do
Yeah.
it. It's Lionel, one of our somebody, he's on our teams, one of the growth strategies. He said, Tariq, I'm like, why do people do that, man? Why do people like when people are like they spend tons of money on that, but when it comes to like Google Market, like, oh, that costs money. I don't want to pay for that.
Yeah.
But he said something to me. He's like, Tariq, people want to feel like they made it before they made it. I'm like, that's true. It looks good, it feels good.
Yeah. Yeah.
But hey, again, I'm not knocking any different form, but if you get a decent website and you optimize it, I've done tons of videos on how to optimize your website, and then you drive traffic, you focus on not the vanity stuff. How do I get people to my website? What's the number one way? Fact. This is not my opinion. Fact.
Yeah.
Google Ads is the number one way to drive high quality traffic to your website. Why? Because when somebody needs to rent a bounce house, they don't go to Yelp, they don't go to Facebook. Most of them go to Google. They Google it. Hundreds of thousands of people each month, right? I think I did a video on this. It was like over 10 million a year across the United States. They're searching for you because they need a bounce house and they got a credit card in their hand. They're ready to go.
Yeah.
On Facebook, you're trying to convince them that renting a bounce house is a good idea. You're like, oh, check out the bounce house. No, they've already decided. They've probably seen somebody else's Facebook post. Instead of going to them, they're Googling it. So you want to show up. And then number three, so you get a website, you drive traffic to it. WT. Number three is what I brought to the industry, what nobody else was really talking about, is funnels. And it's something really very few people understand. Doesn't matter how good your website is, doesn't matter how much traffic you drive to it. Fact, again, Googleable fact.
Yeah.
99% of people who visit your website will never book, never call you, never do anything. Literally, and I'm not just exaggerating. Only 1% of website visitors like actually convert, statistically speaking. Like into bookings, more of that into leads or whatever. So what do you do about that? That's where VetHawk, the software portion of VetHawk, really came in. I didn't create the software. I'm very transparent with what I basically grabbed a bunch of different softwares that work really well, and I glued them together, had a developer team make them work for the industry, and it was like fire. But essentially, I just did. I tell people I'm not a really smart guy. I just do what other smart people do.
Yeah.
I saw what Nike was doing, what Netflix was doing, what Amazon and Apple were doing. They were all doing the same thing, right? They were using something called funnels, and funnels is where you bait your customer into giving you their personal information by giving them something of value, something free, like a free trial or a discount or something like that. People are like, oh man, discounts. No, you're not supposed to discount prices. I'm like, bro,
Do
all
want the
these big
information?
companies that do that hate money?
Yeah.
Enter your email for this. They don't hate money. They know what they're doing, right?
Yeah.
So that's I bet on other people's. Now I'm like, hey, why should I make their same mistake? It's working for
And
them.
it doesn't even have to be much. You could do $5.
Doesn't even, most people don't even use the discount, bro. You already know that, right? Like, they don't even use it. But the fact that you have their information, you tell them, hey, we have a special offer going on right now. Give me your name and number and your email, and I'll share the offer with you. And that's EventHawk will collect their information, then automatically text them like, what's up, Christian? You were just on my website looking at bounce houses. What's your party date? Let me see if I have anything left.
Yeah.
And then guess what happens? Within minutes, they're texting back like, oh yeah, Christian, I'm literally just on your website, man. You're texting me so fast. Little do they know it's automated. And they're like, man, I was just about to book. I really like the bounce house. I was just wondering if, and they all ask the same questions. Do you deliver to my area? How much does it cost? Is there a delivery fee? How many kids will it fit? And we create templates for those answers. Next thing you know, like, okay, how do I pay
and then
you?
you just put them in and you get them in fast.
And honestly,
replying fast.
Super simple, replying fast, being friendly. And we have like templates in the software, as you know, just doing that skyrocketed my business. And really that's my claim to fame. Like I brought that to the industry and I was like, hey, this worked for me. do it yourself. They're like, no, I don't know how you do it for me. And
Yeah.
then from there, man, we've so far worked with over 1,500 party rental businesses. We've gotten over 300 5-star reviews. Every year, we like last year, I think we made over $5 million for our clients just in online bookings. That doesn't
Yeah.
even include like the phone calls. So it works, man. It's really
Yeah.
it works for 1,500 other people. Like, there's no reason it shouldn't work for everybody. But that's
And
the story of Event Hawk in a
yeah.
nutshell.
And I mean, and something I want to now, once you collect the funnels, right? And you're going to be reaching out to these people from emails, text messages. Is there any disclaimers, or are there any steps that you need to do this legally, you know, and not in that gray area?
Great question. Great question. Yes. So there is the FCC applied a new ruling called A2P verification. There's some opt-out language you have to do. There are some steps you have to go through. Otherwise, you will be you'll be like blacklisted, and there are fines. But we take care of all that for you. So that's the benefit of having somebody like us help you out. We'll help you with the registration. We'll help you link all that to your business. And you do have to, you're right, you do have to have that language where you say, reply, stop to opt. You have to have it in a certain way.
Yeah. Okay. Okay. Cool. Um, what I like about, because you have a lot of trainings on YouTube, like videos on YouTube on the Event Hawk platform. Um, is me, I get excited about this stuff because it drives revenue, it drives businesses, what keeps us active. But a lot of people see it as like the boring stuff, you know, because you want to see the fun stuff, like if you're watching on videos and stuff, when you got to really sit there and learn something and be focused and locked in. A lot of people, like for instance, you were talking about 99% of your people when they go to your website, they don't book. Well, it's important to get those funnels, right? It's important to get those funnels that way that you can email and you can text and you can nurture them, right? I have a video on my YouTube channel. Now, there's been times where I've been posting a lot and then not posting, and then posting a lot and not posting. That could be part of the reason why the views are opposed to like other videos are not the same. But I made a video about um, like lead nurturing, like email, just like the welcome email, just that initial sequence to get it started. And I did it through the Event Hawk platform, that and using Canva, A/B split testing it. And I mean, we got good feedback from it. And uh, now my customers, they expect to receive emails and stuff from us. And I think a lot of people, like, I watched that video yesterday and I felt like, oh, this is a lot of value. And like, if I look at all the videos I've done, I'm like, this is probably one of the videos that's got one of the most values and nuggets in it that, people actually need to watch and haven't watched. So how important is lead nurturing after you receive the customer's information?
Man, it's critical. And you mentioned the golden word. It's boring. We want to go out, we want to talk to the customers, we want to go do the setups, but all this stuff, like as you were talking about A/B testing, I'm sure that goes over a lot of people's head. That was me, man. It was discouraging, honestly, Christian. You hear that and you're like, man, I don't know anything about this. I'll never be a Christian's level. But it's like, it's always an exchange of time and money. If you can't do something yourself, then have somebody else do it for you. Pay them, they'll do it right. But lead nurturing, man, the importance is night and day, because when somebody clicks on your website, they're just a click. When you have their name and number, man, they've done studies. The best thing people like to hear is their name, right? You text somebody, right? Like you say, hey, thank you for visiting our website. Yeah, whatever. But when you say Christian, we have this special offer, or Christian, we like let's say Chicagoland parents, this spring break, do this for your kids and use Christian's name. Christian, are you tired of having your kids playing Fortnite all day at the house? It gets people, right, when you're nurturing them,
Yeah.
when they hear the voice. So yeah, man, and you get those emails every day, right? You get those emails, those texts. Do what the greats do, right? So you're absolutely right. It's very important. And if it wasn't, then we want to be getting all these emails every day. And yeah, we might ignore most of them, but with the
Yeah.
volume that you're working with, something
Yeah.
hits.
Yeah. And man, that's awesome. And something I want to touch on, I just thought about it. You was mentioning Lionel, one of the success coaches. So Lionel is actually paired with us. And so he's our coach that we get on the calls with. And so he checks in on us all the time. But he actually showed us, because you were talking, and I meant to bring this up during that Google Ads portion, but he uh he showed us like you can see what people are searching for in particular times of the year to know, like, how to adjust your budget and stuff. And so we had something running, I can't remember what it was, and it was low volume right now. And then we were talking to him about some other things, and we were like, man, we got this photo booth, we're really trying to get this thing pumping and get our name out there more with it, and where people can see us. Because he said, you guys are just ranking like last in everything. When he was like, bounce house is your first, your last in everything in this. And so he showed us that photo booths at this point in time, search volumes are high for it. And so it was, I didn't know about searching for that. I've watched a few of your videos on like setting up Google ads. And so that's what we've been kind of hitting at for the last few years. And I mean, it's been working for us. But
That's
seeing when he showed us that, being able to see that, it kind of gave us some clarity on, okay, well, right now we need to shift our budget more towards this. And I mean, we've been seeing results from it already. I think uh we got like 3 bookings coming up very soon, like a prom. We're getting married. After we get married, we're going to work the prom from the photo booth. Right. You know what I'm saying? So
whoa. All right. Hey man, keeping it real.
yeah,
Keeping it
yeah,
real. I
yeah.
love it.
Yeah.
Congratulations.
You got to do what you got to do, Um, but yeah, just from having like the coaches there, the Google ad teams that you guys offer, what other services? Because I know you guys do website, you help people with website design and optimization. That's particularly with IO, I believe. Like, but if you want to touch in on that, like I said, I use BCN in my business, but to my followers, I let them know about the different options and stuff like that. And so I know you're a huge fan of IO. If you want to talk how you guys do the website.
Yeah, honestly, our vision at Event Hawk, the reason Event Hawk exists today, I got about 30 team members at Event Hawk, Lionel being one of them. Every day we come to work and we verbalize our vision statement every day. And it's the reason we exist, the reason everybody comes to work, and that is to help bounce house business owners just like you do what they love full time within months instead of years. That's literally the only reason we exist. Our goal is to basically replicate my story, right? It took me years, and then within a few months, I was able to go full time. And my goal is for you to skip that, right? Skip those years of failure and go full time within months instead of years, if that's what you want to do, right?
Yeah.
So to answer your question, what services we offer, anything that will support you taking your dream full time, that's what we do. Be that building websites, SEO, marketing, texting, emailing, all of these things. There's a lot of things we don't do, and it's intentional. People are like, Tariq, why don't you do this? You should do that. People come to us with ideas. Some people have left us because we don't offer certain services. I'm like, I don't believe that that's going to have a significant impact. I'm not just trying to do this to pocket money. Yeah, I could. They're like, you can make a killing. I'm like, yes, but that's not why I got into this. I could make
Yeah.
more money 15 minutes on a phone renting a $300-400 water slide, right? I could do that all day. I could start another bounce house business. I'll make more money doing that with my time. But everything that we offer is very specific and intentional to go fast. I'm a very impatient person. I've always have been. I can't go slow, right? I need fast results. Like everybody on my team works fast. Like if you notice, Christian, I'm sure if you work with us, we don't mess around. We send text message updates, we
Yeah.
respond quick to people, and that's intentional because I make sure everybody that we hire, their whole everything that they do aligns with our vision, and we're all about getting results fast. So yes, we build websites. We have the best websites in the industry, not just because they look great, but because they're designed for your customer, not for you. I tell people all the time, not knocking anybody else, but most website designers and booking softwares, they're doing the work to keep you happy, to keep you paying your bill. My job is to think in terms of what your customer's thinking. I don't care if you like it or not. Sure, we'll design it the way you want or whatever, but we structure it in a way that gets it to convert. My goal is to make your website a money-making machine, not something that you can show your friends and be like, look how nice this looks. Nobody
Yeah.
cares. Once we get a website, we do marketing. We do Google ads, Facebook ads, Instagram ads, SEO, social media posting, email marketing, text message marketing. We offer all that. And we don't most of our stuff is not like add-on services. A lot of it is included. If you get,
Yeah.
our middle package, like you said, the success coaching is my favorite part because we want to make sure you're successful. We're not going to sit here and say, hey, if you don't pay for this, you're not going to get it. You just get a package where we're both making money, and we will include a lot of stuff. We'll even coach you. We'll meet with you, mentoring, because you got to understand, like you said something, you dropped some golden nuggets right now when you said the photo boost, right? That you could see how many people in your area are searching for it. That data is not, oh, I think this is going to work. All of us have bought a product. Man, this is going to rent. This is going to go crazy. How do you know that? You think that, right? But you don't know that. But when you go out and you look at the data and you look at the numbers, magic happens. And that's what we do. We've worked with over 1,500 party rental businesses. And when you have that kind of data from 1,500 companies in the same industry all across the country, you could generate results really, really fast. And that's what our coaches do. Our coaches, they monitor everything and they come at you with some suggestions on what's working, what's not working. Other than that, we have a new package we're dropping. We've been teasing it all over the place for new people that are really not like, man, Tariq, this all sounds great, but I don't have money for this. No problem. Don't pay us. How about what if you could pay us after you get paid? So it's pay per booking. New package. It's like a long-term growth plan where you pay us after you make money, right? You pay us after you get a booking, and we will market your business. We'll give you the auto texting, all that good stuff, and then after you get a booking that we helped you get, you pay. If let's say your cousin's books on your website, you don't pay us for that, right? There's no contract. You can cancel anytime. And yeah, it's like we're
Yeah.
really always looking for plans like that. We help you get more reviews. And I know you have a link, Christian, where if anybody wants to try any of this stuff, we have a special offer for your viewers
Yeah,
for
yeah, that's what I was getting ready to get at. I was gonna say, definitely check that out, So I mean, I'm already using you guys' services, so I'm not going at that step. But I mean, if that would have been something that was available uh when I first did, I would definitely explore. So yeah, guys, like I said, I'll put a link in the description. And go schedule a call. You'll see the dates. It'll have the times that's available, that's not available. Schedule it at your convenience. Like he's just alluded to, you're gonna get the messages that let you know, hey, your call is 24 hours away. Your call's an hour away. You're gonna get those calls. I mean, those text messages, those emails. How do I know? I get them. I get them. They show up. But no, I like that because it helps us plan ahead of time, you know. Um, Even with the coaching, and Lionel's like, let's just kind of get an idea of when this next coaching call is going to be. He pulls it up, he lets us know, and then we're able to check right then and there, and then as soon as we book it, we get scheduled for it. So, I mean,
I'm glad, man.
step out. It's,
Glad you're using all the features. A lot of people will, and we're aggressive, man. We'll hound you, man.
yeah,
If you're ignoring us, we're like, come on, man, we got to set this up. You said you wanted to hit these goals. You said you wanted to do this. Did that change? You not want to make money anymore? Because if
yeah,
that's the case, that's okay. But people are like, yeah, you're right. All right, let's schedule a
yeah.
call. So we're really good about holding
So
our.
as far as, because I know you said Google ads, you said SEO, you said Facebook ads, you said Instagram ads. I know you said starting at uh Google ads, right? Because Google's probably going to be the number one drive. I know for me, it's Google, and then I don't really run Facebook ads heavy. I post on Facebook heavy, and it gets us like in different like channels for like marketplace and groups on our page, and it drives us a lot because that's our number two like driver for revenue, and then it's like word of mouth and repeat business. But when do you know like, hey, Google's working, should I explore, Facebook ads or Instagram ads, or how do you know if you should do Facebook or Instagram ads?
Yeah, that's a good question. Facebook and Instagram ads and SEO and all these things can get really expensive. Google ads is the one on the lower cost side. How do you know? Honestly, that's where the coaching comes in. I've done tons of videos. You got shameless plug for my channel, but I've
Yeah,
done tons of videos and webinars on the Event Hawk YouTube channel on this stuff. And most people just you're busy, right? So that's why we offer the coaching. But for me, I run Google ads all year long. I don't stop, right?
yeah,
Facebook ads, I highly recommend in the busy season. You got to understand the Facebook algorithm does not like when there's when there's not a large audience. So the way that we do Facebook ads different than anybody else. Most people would do Facebook ads. They'll boost posts and they'll say, oh, target women in this area who have kids who are between this age and this age. That's like hunting with a grenade, man. That's just like throwing a grenade and saying, all right, here we go. We hunt with a sniper. So what we do is we integrate the Google ads with the Facebook ads, and we only show the ads to people who visited your website but did not book. You know how you go to Facebook and Instagram, you're like, man, I was just talking about this, or I was just talking about that dollar, and then you're seeing ads for it. It's because of
Yeah.
people like me, right? We know how to put you on the other side of that, where when somebody is talking about renting a bounce house, or when somebody is visits your website and they add to cart but they don't book, or they visit this page or that page, then we very intentionally and strategically show them specific ads. And that strategy has gotten us the greatest returns out of any other marketing. We've gotten, like on the Google ads, we'll average 5 to 10 times what you spend. So if you spend $100, you'll typically make $500 to $1,000 like consistently off that spend. But Facebook ads, I've gotten, my record is 200 times what we spent. Literally put in $1, make $200. Insane. And you might be thinking that why the heck should I mess with Google or anything like that? It's working because it's linked with Google, because we know how to link it with those other ads. And not everybody gets those kind of results, but it ends up costing very little and just generating tons of revenue, because it's targeting very specific people when they're in a very specific part of the buyer's journey, right? We
Yeah.
know when they're thinking about something. We're just really good at what we do, honestly. So we target them at just the right time. And then they're like, man, I was just thinking about this. How did they know? And then bam, you got their card info.
Yeah. Yeah. Cool. Man,
So
I'm gonna have to look into it, because when I
the
first was
is the
starting
best
out,
for the Facebook and Instagram ads. Do that. Like this is when we're starting, like around April, May. This is when you
yeah,
should really start
this
with
was
the
when because
social.
I've done in the past, I've done uh without learning. I've learned a little more about it now, so where I can feel like I can be very intentional and I learned it through when I started doing Christmas light installations. That's how I learned a little more about the ins and outs of like Facebook ads and meta ads. But I was doing I tell people, don't go like on Meta Business Suite and make a post or something and then boost, or I said, man, when they want you to boost and they want you to do all of that stuff, like, and they don't actually want you going into like the ads manager. The ads manager is where you want to go. A lot of people just kind of try to do it from Facebook or the Meta Business Suite, and then they want you to boost and all this. Man, they were just eating up my dollars. Like
But
it was ridiculous. And so I kind of had a bad vibe about Facebook ads, but I wasn't doing it right. So I'm gonna have to revisit as far as doing it the correct way and reach it now. Because like you said, it is I like doing Google ads year round also, because I want to be up there. I want to be foot on the neck, on the gas. I want, when all the other guys are saying let's take it down and notch down the budget, I still want to get shown, because I want to get those indoor events when it's cold. If the weather's nice enough to where kids can put on their jackets and stuff like that, go. I know we talked last week and it was still snowing a little bit where you were at. So, but yeah, that's how I'm at in regards to the Facebook and stuff. The SEO, is that something you recommend? Because I know you hear a bunch of people and then it's like SEO, Google ads, SEO, Google ads. Is SEO something that's like secondary backseat to Google ads that you do in the off season, or is that something people should focus on now?
that's a really good question. You're right, man. A lot of people come in the industry with SEO this. Here's the thing with marketing, it's all about your budget. How much money do you have to spend? If you have a small budget, Google Ads is where it's at, because Google Ads will give you results instantly. Think about it like this: Google has, if you go to like Google Smart, they have a free product and they have a paid product. And like when you go to the theme park, you go to Disney or Six Flags or something like that, you waiting in lines for the roller coaster, you win an hour, you waiting for an hour. Then they got that flash pass that lets you cut the line. That's what Google Ads is. SEO is when you're waiting in line. Yeah, you'll make it eventually. It might take you a couple of years to make it at that first page of Google, or if you pay somebody and they know what they're doing, maybe a few months. But with the Google Ads, you can get to the top, even above the SEO listings, as soon as tomorrow. Crazy, because you're paying Google. Google's like, hey, if you're going to pay us, yeah, we'll bump you to the top. But if you want the free, a lot of people that want free, get in line, buddy.
Yeah,
So that's how I like to think about it. Google Ads first, Facebook Ads second, then SEO. And if we had to do a timeline when you would do each, I would do Google Ads all year round. I would do Facebook Ads in the busy season, and then SEO in the off season, because
yeah,
SEO takes a few months to kick in. So if you start SEO in the off season, by the time the busy season rolls in, you'll start to rank. And if you do it right, you will show up in the Google Ads section, then again in the Google Maps section, then again in the SEO section, and then again on Facebook. And that's
yeah,
the way.
yeah. I mean, how important is like your Google My Business page with like having your Google ads? Like, is it something that it's important? It's not important? Like, should you post regularly on it, or how? What's key with Google My Business? With if you having this, because I feel like if you have this strong Google Ads presence, um, that I'm the person. Sometimes I see the ads and I'm like, I'm gonna click on the ad. It's right here, and I'll go purchase something, or I'm like, I don't want to go click on the ad right now. Let me go check the Google My Business out. Let me go see some more about this business. Is there like things that you should have to have your Google My Business set up properly?
Man, you gave a perfect example of exactly what goes through people's heads. And essentially what you described is the buyer's journey. And yeah, so what's the difference between the Google Ads and the Google Business? Google, so it's not Google My Business now; it's called
No.
Google Business Profile.
Yeah,
They-
yeah, yeah,
so
yeah,
that's essentially your Google Maps. That's what gets you on Google Maps, having a Google Business Profile. So yeah, why bother? What do you do? I mean, look, so they've done a lot of studies on this, and they found that people who are just starting out saying, should I rent a bounce house or should I go to Chuck E. Cheese? How does this work? They do not click ads. Those people don't like ads. They'll scroll past ads and they'll click on one of the listings at the bottom, or maybe the Google Maps listings. And then after they've done their research and they've seen, hey, what's around here? How does it work? After they've done the research, like, you know what? Yeah, renting a bounce house is a good idea. Let me rent a bounce house. Now the question is not, should I rent a bounce house? It's, who should I rent a bounce house from? Those people, again, studies show, are more likely to click the ads because the ads are written in a very compelling way if you know what you're doing.
yeah,
So to answer your question, again, depends how big you want to go.
yeah,
If you have the time and money, hit all three, right? You want to hit people right when they're thinking about renting a bounce house. Should they rent a bounce house? And then when they do decide, so then you show up in Google Ads and Google Maps and Google Search. That's what you should do if you have the time and money for it. But if you had to pick one, go with Google Ads. Then start on the others. Now, as far as Google, I did a whole video on optimizing the Google business profile on Google Maps, but there's some really simple things you could do. I'll give you two quick tips. Number one, fill in all the information. They got a bunch of spots for your hours of business, your about us section, what services you offer. Fill in as much as possible. Google loves when you fill stuff in. That's number one tip. Number two, every single job you do, upload a photo, because Google knows where you took that picture, right? Upload a picture to Google business profile. So I have, now it's actually, they made it harder, but it's actually better because you don't have to be logged in to go
yeah,
ahead and upload a photo. So I used to have to give my guys all access to my Google business profile. Now they can just upload it as if they're a customer, which is actually better for us. So
yeah,
part of my guy's job, for them to get paid every single job, they pull up the Google, they take a picture of the setup and they upload it to Google, and Google knows where they're standing. So
yeah,
that tells Google that Tariq services this area, and that helps us rank a little bit higher on
yeah.
there.
And you
So
guys do that through Google, right? Like, because there's two ways you could do it. One is I think you can go on Google and pull up the camera and take the picture. Or if you're on your phone, I think you have to have like your geolocation on. And
yeah,
then
I
if you take the picture and then upload it, it should still recognize it. I
should.
believe
It
so.
should. The problem, unfortunately, Google, they don't tell you their algorithms. They don't tell
Yeah.
you how it works. We can only, people speculate, but I tell my guys do it from the Google photo. But now a lot of these
Yeah.
phones have it where it's the picture, like you said, is geotagged. So you can go ahead and upload it from there. I think you can't go wrong. I mean, it's just showing Google that you're using their product, and they want
Yeah.
to reward people who are actively. So think about it like this: if Christian is always uploading pictures on his Google business profile, always responding to reviews, filled in all his information, and Tariq is near Christian. We're both competitors, but I didn't do any of those things. Google wants to reward you because you're using their product and you're more active than I am. Think about Google business kind of like a
Yeah.
Facebook page of somebody who's posting always on their Facebook business page versus somebody who's not. Google is going to kind of give you a little bit of bump versus me because
Yeah.
I'm just not using it.
Yeah. Okay. Now, do you guys offer like helping with landing pages?
Oh, yeah.
Landing pages. Is- yeah. Okay. Okay.
Now, when
Now,
you say
now is
landing,
that
SEO landing, like the local landing pages or the high or the like ads pages?
uh like if I want to say like because I offer, let's see, I offer bounce houses, I offer phone machines, I offer photo booths. So say if I just, but my main website you come to and it's like a bounce house website, of course, but we just offer these extra things. If I want to have like a landing page for like my phone machine, um, is that something that's possible as far as setting up with you guys as far as to kind of drive traffic directly to them versus sending them to a page and they like, I see water slides and wet
Yeah,
fun and bounce fun and stuff.
man, you're talking about some next level stuff. Wasn't expecting you to go there. That's most
Oh,
people don't know that. That's a very important trick that we do. Most of our higher level clients do that. Where a lot of us think I made this mistake, man. I seen people talking about photo booths, photo booths. I'm like, yeah, man, I'm gonna get a photo booth and add it to my website, and boom, it's gonna get booked all the time because it's on my people could just add to cart and it's part of my product. Never got a single booking.
no.
That's not how it works, right? You gotta build an experience, and that's what landing pages are. You're absolutely right. You have to have a separate page that talks about photo booths in a way that appeals to those brides and those people that are renting those. And you're right. When you just add a photo booth to a bounce house website or add a tent to a bounce house website or foam, it just the experience it just
Yeah.
it screams like low quality, right?
Yeah.
But you're competing with these people who they only do photo booths or
Only
they
do that. Yeah.
home. So yeah, yes, we do. Part of the Event Hawk platform will allows you to build almost like a one page website that's really designed to convert. And I have a formula for that that works really well. In fact, that's what I use for my tents. We use
Mhm.
man, we do really well with those landing pages. So yeah, we
Yeah.
have a
Cause
page
it's
for tents.
because it's been tough with our photo. I mean, if we market it, it we get inquiries all the time, but yeah, it's tough when you come to my website and you like, oh, like I wasn't expecting that. Like, like this doesn't give me the vibe of like a photo booth company. One, I only got one photo booth, right? So for like if you're somebody like me, you only got one photo booth. I mean, I have three different phone machines, but when you see 30 bounce houses, one photo booth, the phone machines, you're like,
Yeah.
oh, I thought I was coming to like phone party extravaganza that I was, gonna get that. So I mean, I feel like having that landing page. Now, from the landing page, is that something where it's like a attachment to your website, or is it like they go to the landing page and then if they click a link or something, it takes them actually to your website, but to the photo booth or to the phone machines or something?
Yeah, we link it to your website through a subdomain. So you just add a CNAME record to the domain. It's a little bit advanced stuff, but
Yeah,
we
yeah,
can help you
yeah,
do it. And then it's basically um let's say your website is bounce houses or partytime.com. This would be foam.partytime.com or tents.partytime.com or photobooths.partytime.com. That's how we
yeah,
link it.
yeah. Okay, yeah, because I'm like, people always tell you when you go get these other things like that, they say start a different business, start a different website, then
Mm-mm.
it opens up a whole nother can of worms. And I'm like, I don't have time to do all of that under the different umbrellas.
Sounds like a really good idea. I did
Yeah.
that. Well, I built a different website for tents, different website for photo booths, and I left my bounce house website. biggest mistake I could have made for a few different reasons. Like what you said, it's really hard to manage and build all that. But the biggest reason, you have to start all over with your reputation. I started back to 0 reviews with each of those because it was a totally different name. And that hurt us because people, we were nobodies. Because in
Yeah.
my head, like, what bride would want to rent a wedding tent or a photo booth for her wedding from a bounce house company, right? But I was wrong because when you create that landing page and you put on there 500 5-star reviews, they don't care that those 500 5-star reviews are for bounce houses, not photo booths. They're just like, oh,
Yeah.
wow, these people are, they don't really, a lot of them don't look at that. And you will start to get reviews, that mention that. But yeah, that was a big thing that set us back. So I ended up getting 50 reviews for our new tent company, Google Business Profile, and then that's when I quit. I was like, man, this is way too much. This isn't working. Let me go ahead and merge them. And Google
Yeah.
said, yeah, we're gonna merge it for you. Then they just ended up deleting the one with 50 reviews. I was pissed off, man.
And
So
you
yeah.
wasn't able to get your reviews?
Oh, they wouldn't give it to me.
Oh,
They said they were gonna merge it, and I don't know, man. Some Google's support is terrible.
yeah.
Yeah, we ended up losing all that. It was like a year of work, and I learned my lesson. So now I tell people, do what Christian said: build landing pages, and not yeah, not
Pages.
don't do a whole nother website.
Yeah. Yeah. Man, so how many bounce houses you got back there, man? I see you got quite a few.
Yeah,
Y'all
yeah, man. We
got...
started out of our garage, and then then put it all in the storage unit, and then 2 storage units is like 8, and here we are. This was the year that I implemented Event Hawk. We got this place. We
this
got about
place.
50. We got about 50 now.
Yeah.
As a quick tour, this is the dirty and wet section here. This is stuff that went out this weekend. Still cold out, but
Yeah.
this is it all. This is our tent stuff. It's a mess. Season hasn't fully picked up, so a lot of our guys are still in school. So a lot of it's just me and a couple guys. Got our blowers, dollies, tables, chairs.
See, I like how you got those tables and chairs. I've been thinking about getting into the tables and chairs.
Oh, you don't have any?
No, man, funny thing, we had somebody, was a Boys and Girls Club. They got rid of like cafeteria tables, like on the wheels. That's like, it sits like 10 to 20 people. They're huge, but I'm gonna have to get rid of them because transporting them is gonna be an
Yeah.
issue, you know. But they were free. They were free 99, so I jumped on them, and I was like, maybe we can use them at some point in time. But I mean, we have them posted on the website, but you know, we'll have to see. I think it'll cause an inconvenience, but that stuff right there, I mean, all day long.
Yeah, honestly, I hate them. I'll be honest with you. We hate them out, but they're nice little add-ons. A lot of people want them.
Yeah.
If you're gonna do tents, then you need them. We had a lot more. We got rid of most of them.
Do you
But
have any like concessions? Do you offer anything like that, or is just like tables, chairs,
we
tents,
got rid
bounce
of.
houses?
So look, I think about the time, right? So for a bounce house, it takes us, let's say, 30 minutes to set up, and we make a couple $100, 2, 3. Our average is about $400. Our average order. For a cotton candy machine, it takes about 45 minutes to clean that dang thing. For 75 bucks, I'm straight. I'm like, no, we did that for a few years, and I'm like,
Because you got to let them things dry out.
gotta let them. It's just messy, and then the problem is, man, you get $1,000 order, and the $75 cotton candy machine doesn't work because the guys threw it in the dang truck or something didn't work or whatever.
Yeah.
They want their money back. They want their $1,000 back because it's a $75 machine.
Yeah.
I'm like, I'm done. I don't need that. It's been
Yeah.
2.5 years, maybe no concessions, and we're good. Honestly,
We're good.
You don't rent as many concessions as you think. I is what I've learned. I thought
Oh
like
yeah.
everybody does them, but it doesn't
Yeah.
even go out that much. Like people,
Most ours, the ones, because we have one cotton candy, one snow cone, but we do a lot of events that they call them lawn parties. And so different like cities and towns, they'll have lawn parties throughout the year. And we don't pay to go to these events. We just set up and we charge
you charge.
participants to pay to play. But it's like we're a vendor, but they don't charge us to be there. We donate them some money. And I mean, cotton candies and snow cone go bonkers there. But I mean, that's the bulk of that. Or if we throw our own event, I mean, that's what we got them for. But as far as renting them out, I mean,
Oh, really?
it happens every now and then. But yeah. So,
yeah, it's snow cone. I like, those are easy, but
yeah.
the other,
Yeah, it's easy to clean because it's just ice. If it melts, it's just you know,
People see a couple kernels of corn in the pop. Hey, you forgot to, you couldn't get them out. Hey, that's dirty. You know, you're
yeah,
especially after, man, I'm
yeah,
strict.
yeah.
So
So how
yeah,
long are y'all able to, with the way the weather is in your area, how many months are y'all able to really operate as far as bounce house?
yeah, we operate for about six straight months. And we honestly we do really well. And I did a video on this on how we manage our money, uh, based on the book Profit First. It's called, I think the video is called Pay Yourself Like a Boss. We're able to take like 6 months off. So we rent for like 6 months. We got it like a month in and a month out on either side. So about 8 months we're open, and then the other 4 months, man, we travel, we break, we work at Event Hawk, and we make enough money, we save enough money to where we could take that time off without having to stress.
Yeah.
But this year is different. I'm really trying to take things to the next level this year, which is why let me introduce you guys to my secret weapon. It's on a call right now, but this is Zoel right here.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
Hello, hello.
she's selling right now. She's making money as we
Right.
speak, nonstop. So
Yeah.
so her job, again, you got to spend money to make money. Her job is to call everybody who goes online, comes through Event Hawk, but doesn't exactly book. So we auto text them, we email them, but she goes out and calls them. And we make a lot of money that way. Some people, they'll just book with the first company and they calls them, and
Yeah.
it's totally worth it, right? She makes like 4 times her salary. So
It's important. It's important to call because, man, around here we've gotten in Charlottesville, which is like an hour away. We've gotten tons of bookings recently, and they like we call the companies around here. They don't answer. They don't call back.
nobody calls, nobody answers.
It
And
blows my mind.
when you are ready to get a warehouse, when you're ready, this is probably the most important part. This is part that most people neglect. They look at the warehouse, but the office, right? So I'm ready for another desk right here. So we got another person coming and season picks up. That's well over there. We can even get a remote person. And this is my office right here. If you guys
Yeah.
set up, but this is the boss's office. Yeah, this is
Yeah.
you. That's gonna be you. But
Yeah.
feels legit, man. You know, it's great,
Yeah.
and it's you set yourself up for for the and people
Yeah.
take you more serious. You know, when you have
Yeah.
an office and you bring on people and you give them the atmosphere, like we have a fridge, a microwave, so we always have like snacks and popsicles and things like that. We have a really good culture here. We honestly don't have the problems most people have of hiring. We have too many people that want to work here. We literally have a line of delivery guys that are waiting for us to call them so they can work for us,
Yeah.
because we're like a legend out here. Like everybody's talking about how great it is to work here. They all tell their friends. Local businesses, hey, there's a car wash that hates our guts. All their guys leave to work
They
for us.
come
They
work.
all like,
Yeah.
it's all about building that culture, and it just makes it so that you can work on your business and not in it, and
Yeah.
take care of your
And
people, take care of you.
and how important was that for you? And how like touch a little bit into that because I remember at IAPA you were talking about um, you took the time reading, you got the coaching, you implemented it, as far as recruiting and building a team and a culture. Um, how important is that? And you can give us some tips on it and talk to how you done it.
Yeah, man, I actually have a master class on how to hire. I don't know if you attended that one, but if you guys
Yeah,
want to hit me up, I could see about giving you access. So that's a paid one. That's a really, really good one of everything I learned. Honestly, that's the biggest area that I neglected because I was just focused on how do I make money? How do I support my family? How do I market? And before I knew it, I had a bunch of business, but not the people to do it. And I was right back where I started, right? No time. So then I started learning about leadership, and man, bro, like when you learn about leadership, you can 10x your productivity just by bringing on the right people, man. And it's scary because you got to pay people, right? And payroll
yeah,
is expensive. But man, that's really my love right now. That's my next passion project, is really writing more content and doing more videos on leadership, because it's taken it to the next level. Because as you know, when you start to make money, like they say, more money, more problems. It's
yeah,
true, because you don't know how to delegate. You don't know how to lead. There's a big difference between uh, being a boss and being a leader, right? A leader,
yeah,
people want to follow you. They want to take care of you. And that's what I got now. So I got a bunch of books that I read. It's really all about focusing on aligning what you need, what your business needs, with what they want. What is it that they want to accomplish? If you can align your business goals with your employees' goals, magic happens, man. There's nothing they won't do for you. And that's whole hiring process is around that. We make it very clear what our core values are, what our vision is, and we spend a lot of the hiring process understanding what people want. Some people come on and I'm like, what are your goals? Like during the interview process, like, what's your 5 year goal? What do you want to do? They're like, my goal in 5 years, I want to be a manager at Bounce My House Party Rentals. I want to move up in the ranks. And that's your goal. What's your goal, man? Like, I don't like to work with people who aren't motivated. I like to work with people who say, I want to start a business. I want to do this. I want to do that. Like, when I, that scares a lot of people because, oh, yeah, they're going to
Yeah.
leave. They're going to do something else. It's the
Yeah.
opposite, man. Those people that are motivated,
Yeah.
they'll bring all that passion and motivation to your business. But the people that say, I don't know, I don't know that's what I look for. And I learned that by a lot of reading and stuff. I could talk about this for days, man.
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
go down that rabbit hole.
Oh yeah. Yeah, that's awesome. Yeah, man, we're actually in the process. Yeah, we watched that mastering class. But we're the hiring, so we're in the process of I think we got how many interviews this week, Katie? We got one. And then yeah, we set up two more. We got one this week and we setting up two more, I think next week or later this week or something. But we're gonna get an office person in like you had in there.
What's up?
And then we're gonna get a like an inventory specialist, like someone that makes sure we keep our warehouse clean and in order, cleaning the bounce houses, stuff of that nature.
Are you
Because
doing the
what we're
video method? Or are you asking people to send in videos?
I haven't. I
Oh,
haven't. That's the only thing. So, and so what I've been doing that's been working for us actually is there's a have you heard of Handshake?
hmm.
So Handshake is it's like a website app where with colleges and universities. So we got a deal doing bounce houses with James Madison University. And one of the women, she was like, I would love for you to hire our students. She was like, you can do internship opportunities. They can be unpaid. They can be paid. You can actually hire them onto your company, but you can post job listings for our students. That way that they can build their resumes and so forth and so on. So we've been
Nice.
going, and I can't upload the videos there, but I may need to like once I get their information, then implement. Hey, do the video because then that'll weed out who's serious and who's not.
Yeah, I got something for you. I built in an automation and Event Hawk that I just shared with somebody that does all that for you. It's perfect, man. It's been really good.
Yeah,
Hit me up. I
yeah,
can get to your account.
yeah, yeah,
Um,
yeah. Well,
that's
well, I
good.
have
That's
to.
cool though. If you can get them from the colleges, man, that's great. One thing I learned that I did not include in the video in the hiring master class that I learned after the master class, but I did include in the final version in like the actual course section is well, I'll share with you right now. Very, very important tip. Two people are more reliable than one. If you got to hire one person, try to hire two. I learned that the hard way. I keep hiring full-time people, and when they leave or they get another opportunity or if something happens, you're back to square one. But if you can hire two part-time people, you're going to be much better off. Good chance one of them won't work out, but at least you have a backup. So
Have a
that's what
backup.
I did, and that worked out. So I would highly recommend whatever you do, hire two part-time people instead of one full-time person.
Yeah, this is fire. Yeah, and I think it works to be flexible too, especially in this industry, because I mean, it's about to be May. So for us, during the week is about to be busy also because we have school rentals that we're doing for
Yep.
field days
Meaning-
and those events. And then, then on the weekend, it's going to be, just our normal weekend stuff. So having people that can be flexible,
Yep.
we found that out too, because we have right now it's myself, Katie, and we have Dylan, Austin, and Drake, and they help with doing the deliveries and stuff like that. So I'm
Nice.
like, yeah, as soon as we can get these office people in, we're looking there's two ladies we got to interview that's like, um, they're going to school and stuff, focusing on being like social media marketing managers and
Oh,
graphic
nice.
designs and stuff like that. So if we can get them to work with us on creating our content. So, because like I told you, I'm trying to focus on creating as much content as possible for the YouTube and for my business. Like I don't know why, but when we drop content, like people attract, like we get more bookings in our business for it. We get more eyes on us. So I'm like, we got to drive this content. We're doing this stuff anyway. was like,
Yeah.
we got cameras. I'm like, I got to do it that way. We can add it to our website, because like, yeah, you can add, like we were talking about the Google business profile, you can add pictures on there too, but you need to be adding those same pictures to your website too, as far as showing those events. That way Google seeing that you've been active and updating your website too.
Yes.
So um
So,
definitely need to do those type of things, man. But this has been a lot of gems in this, and it's been a fire conversation. And I mean, I hope these subscribers in here, I hope they take something from this. I mean, they definitely know where to find you. I'm gonna put that in there. And like you said, reach out. Could it be different people that they talk to? Who they talk to if they click the link and then they schedule a time to talk to somebody? Who can they look forward to talking
yeah,
to?
we have a team, man. We have a really good team. You just heard I'm really good about
Yeah,
hiring. Leadership has been my passion, and I've fired more people than I've hired in the last year because I'm very intentional about. I don't play around. This is anybody that trusts me and trusts Event Hawk with their business. That's sacred to me. So I'm very intentional. I'm very just I make sure that our people take care of you. So anybody you talk to, we have a team, and you're not when you schedule a call using the link that Christian is sharing. It's not going to be a big long sales pitch like, "Hey, buy our stuff." It's going to be what we do. We do it different. We do a bounce house business strategy session where we're going to talk to you. You tell us your goals, and we're going to give you a specifically catered plan to your goals about where you should advertise, et cetera. And not everybody, honestly, not everybody qualifies to work with us. If you do qualify to work with us, at the end of that call, we'll share like the package that we recommend and go from there. Just be sure to mention that you came from this video from that you met Christian, and we'll give you something special during that call. But yeah, we got Lionel, we got a few people. You might even talk to Zoelle, right? Like she's
yeah,
been
yeah,
really
yeah,
both. But yeah, our team is there. And this is yeah, man, thank you for the conversation. I want to do
yeah,
something here. Let's see. This has been really fun. So let's do a little test to see who watched up until this point, right?
yeah,
If you enjoyed this conversation and you guys would like Christian to bring me on again to talk about something specific, go ahead and comment 2x. All right. Anybody that comments 2x, then we know that they got to this part of the conversation. And that would mean that we got this has been long, man. I'm not used to doing
yeah.
video long. This has
Oh
been
yeah, 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 yeah. It's
long.
been about
So
an hour.
yeah. So I don't know how many people are gonna. I mean, if nobody comments that, then we bored people and they left. But if we get people
If
commenting
you
too much,
made it this far,
if you made it this far, yeah, then
yeah,
that'll be Christian's indication to bring me on again, and we'll do this again. I had a blast, man. Seriously,
yeah,
Christian, having you.
absolutely. I thank you for your time. Appreciate it. All the bosses, capos, the made men, the made women, and the soldiers at Party Rental Mafia. Appreciate it. Until next time.
Yes, sir. See you
All
then.
right, man. Stop record right here. Do I just got to hit record?